Sort of the topical discussion. I am Simon Kagwanjala as we keep tabs on the unfolding dynamics in the presidential campaign. Today we want to ask, could anything make 2026 a different election, or it is yet another ritual that Ugandans will wake up, vote, and the outcome is more or less predictable given the pulse and all that has been happening over the past 3 weeks, 3 weeks down the road since presidential campaigns kicked off. There's been a bit of a lull. There's been some bit of lukewarmness. Does it speak to anything? Is the past repeating itself, or anything, any new dynamics could be emerging? Joining me this morning is Council Sam Wizi, member of the National Unity Platform, together with Council Ivan Bowe, a member of the PFF bidding for Nakawa West parliamentary seat. Good to have you both, gentlemen.
No, it's a pleasure, as always.
There was a moment when I identified you with the Green Party, but now, after divorcing, I can now tell you belong to different camps. But well, what's been so remarkable for you so far in the presidential campaigns?
Well, I'm not surprised that it is the same before nomination. And it is what it is now, because you have two players who have been in the field for the last 5 years since the last election. So I did not expect much this time round. The difference is there was a nomination in between, which confirmed the two front runners as candidates in this election.
Do you get a sense that NUP sleepwalked into an election without sufficient preparation and taking a critical audit of the past?
I think the NUP, I'm on the NUP legal team. So by extension, I'm one of the strategists. And I believe in the strategy that was adopted to bring our party in perspective of a party that can lead government through what it can do after winning power. The strategy was to ensure that our message is taken from the past, where it was always battling with the state, fighting with the state. If your strategy is defiance, is activism, then your message will not come out. For the last 5 years, all through the country tours, you realize there was a change of strategy. Strategy that we need the people to understand the NUP more than they had before. And having been a new political party, that was the strategy. Let the people understand what the NUP stands for.
Okay, you want to say that
what kind of government
you want to say that
run.
NUP ditched defiance for compliance?
It depends. Previously, we fell into the trap of the NRM, which was tagging the NUP as a ragtag kind of organization, being led by someone from the ghetto, a musician at that. We had to change strategy from that direction to a strategy of a political party. And you've seen it working. And that has been done through the different sectors within the party that have been enabled to operate. You realize that there's a lot that has been done in the NUP that we did not do, even in the Democratic Party at the time. And I think the strategy is okay. NUP is on course. We just had a few problems.
Okay, as I get to Ivan, what different thing, what X factor has this new phase of the election period brought, or has NUP brought on board?
I think the difference will be that where we could not reach before, because they will not let us reach the people. The advantage and the difference now is that we shall be able to reach all corners unfettered. I think that's the only advantage. But as I've told you, this election of NUP, the field which has Genome 7 and the Honorable Robert Kyagulanyi Sentamu as the two players in the field has been on for some time. And I'll tell you that the kind of election that we are running now is not the same like we did in 2021, because now people know what NUP is. What we need now to assure people is that we are such a party that can present a team that can run government.
Thank you.
And program, actually, not team alone, and program. This is a time for people to understand our manifesto.
Very interesting.
More than the...
What's your reading of the tempo of everything around this election? Could it be more of the same?
I think nothing much has changed. And you know, I love numbers. The votes cast in the previous elections, in the previous two elections, that is 2016 and 2021, was approximately 10 million votes cast. But the registered voters in 2021 were 18 million. The voter turnout actually reduced from 2021. It reduced by about 2% percentage point, because in 2016 it was 60.6. In 2021 it was 58.4. Those are the numbers, the way the numbers are. What does it mean? That even in the previous election, many did not turn out to vote, even when we had an addition of about 3.5 million voters, new voters.
On the register.
On the register. But this campaign, I don't know whether it's only my feel, is that it has no vibe. The difference is, for example, with the NRM, last time they came up with another slogan. This time around they have come up with a different slogan. The NUP, it is the same thing. No accountability. For example, I expect that the NRM accounts for the time vis-a-vis their promises in the previous election to justify why they should be voted. For the NUP must, in all honesty, to account that we were the leading opposition political party. We have been in position to do A, B, C, and D with the government funding we've been receiving over time, and this is our promise. This is our promise. Elections that have incumbents, in terms of candidates, incumbent candidates, is a point of accountability first, and then a promise.
What do you want NUP to account for? They're not the government in power.
But
it would be flawed to ask them of anything.
And I also made this point when FDC was the leading opposition political party. Power is not just handed over. You strategize and you execute your plans. So in this case, NUP has been in short, in the leadership of the opposition for the last 4 years. And I also want to say that the idea that it's a new party is wrong, because this party was established in 2004. We can discuss the new leadership, but to say that the party is young is false. Factually false. So when you're given a mantle of the leader of the opposition as a political party, then you must account for your activities in parliament. And the other thing...
Yeah, but essentially you would expect the opposition to be ramping up a sentiment of, we want a government out. And I think you would give it to Bobi Wine for that.
I am not one person who follows wagons. And therefore, the idea I was talking about is that for the little power they have had is quite indicative on how, if they get state power, they would operate. So if you're talking about the government is not accountable, we need it out, The question is, account for your time as the leading opposition party. For